Welcome to God Power Live, where Black women gods come to connect with their likeness and refine our emotions so we can do what we came here for. I'm broadcasting on TikTok here and Facebook here. And I just realized that I actually wanted to have it the reverse, but that's okay. We'll keep it moving. So today's topic is you always knew you were meant to rule and you forgot. That's today's topic. So the God Power Workshop is the registrations are coming in. The God Power Workshop is a 9-day interactive online workshop specifically for the original woman, for her to engage in partnered exercises with women of her likeness so that she can come out of hiding, be seen, stop running, reduce her fear, and touch the power within herself so that she can lead the mission that she's here for. So today's topic is you knew you were born to rule and you forgot and got stuck. So yesterday I was calling women who have registered for the workshop. Okay. And I spoke to several women, and one woman in particular inspired today's topic. And I have 15 minutes here, and each and every time I'm like, 15 minutes is not enough. But it's okay because more will happen inside the God Power workshop. More will happen inside of the Dark Black Mother group where women who are, like want to engage beyond this can do so. So this woman, excuse me, there's something on my screen that's intercepting my. We were talking, and this woman was just talking, and she she does what so many of us do. We loop, okay? We loop, particularly when we don't have anybody qualified to talk with us, okay? We'll talk to people. We have people in our lives. We're talking to them, but none of them can see us. None of them are really fit to see us. And like she experienced, and like I have experienced, um, we're afraid of what will happen if we say what we know to people. If we actually say what we know to people, what's going to happen? And she was going in circles and she wasn't speaking directly, and she was doing all the things that I have compassion for, because it's just what happens when we don't have someone. It's like we build up inside and we finally talk and we go in circles and we never get down to the point, and we're scared to get to the point. It's a whole process that we will drill down into inside of the workshop. But I said to her just very directly, I said, this workshop is for the original woman who's meant to, whatever I said, right? But I know I said the original woman, right? And the whole intent of the workshop. And she's like, that right there, that right there. And it was a whole dynamic. I wish, part of me wishes it was recorded so I can play. So those of you who do the same thing, you can hear yourself. You can see yourself in her expression to know that you're not alone in this, okay? And she's like, because she's like, I actually have, what does she call it? Like a soft blueprint of what it takes for us to get to where we're supposed to be. Now, this woman was 33 years old, okay? And she said, I have the blueprint. I have a soft blueprint or like a tentative blueprint or something on how we're supposed to get to where we are. And she's like, and I talked to her about why she was talking like that, so we can see ourselves. We're looking for mirrors, because I had another conversation with another woman who she left her marriage with kids because she knew, you know what I mean? And that takes some will and some really knowing some things, and a lot of times money, okay? But even, women do it even without money, right? When you really touch that thing in you. Anyway, so um, she's like, I've never said this out loud before, and I feel like if I say it to normal people, they're gonna think I'm crazy, and etc. And exactly, that is what will happen, and that's why another woman who I talked to yesterday, I talked to like I don't even know how many, maybe 5 women yesterday. Another woman who, and this is another thing we do. I have been guilty of this. This is why I'm here. This is why the workshop is here. This is why we're doing this work, okay? I call myself, have you been guilty of this where you're like, It's too much for me to come into my power. I'm all alone, whether you think this consciously or not. You feel unsafe. You feel no one sees you. Uh, no one knows you, right? And you can be surrounded by people. You could be having brunch with girlfriends, married with kids. You feel unsafe, you feel scared, you feel unseen. It feels like too much. And so you find you're just like, fuck it, I'll just go live in Bali for cheap and keep myself small, right? I talked to a woman who said that yesterday, but instead of Bali, for her, it was Costa Rica. I'll just go to Costa Rica, where find somewhere that's inexpensive to live, somewhere in Thailand, some little hut somewhere off the grid. Another woman who signed up for my Shadow Gold workshop, and she said this on camera. You can look at the testimonial on Facebook and on TikTok. She was like, I didn't want to deal with my power, so let me just gain weight so I can hide behind my weight. And that way I know no men will be attracted to me and I can hide. Like this. First of all, we are really blessed to be alive in 2023. Just imagine the original woman who felt this way 150 years ago, who had to play along with the system because she wouldn't be able to eat or have housing if she didn't, who couldn't make her own money, or had to literally choose between death, like coming out and being powerful in the world, which was in many ways different kinds of death, social death, rejection, being demonized, etc., or staying inside the pain of being somewhere where she knew she would stop coming into power. She wouldn't be able to be the original. So we're blessed to be alive today. Let's start there before we go further into this with this limited time I have here. Also, before I go further, the closer we get to the date, the more that I'm even dealing in the curriculum that we're going to be doing inside the workshop, the more I'm talking to women, the more I'm feeling the gravity of what we're doing here, the catalyst, the really powerful catalyst that this workshop is, and the great work that there is to be done. The great, great work that there is to be done. So again, the God Power Workshop is 9 days. We start November 27th, and it's for the original woman to be seen. We're going to do a lot of work around dissolving your fears and connection. Right, we're going to be doing partnered work, so your likeness will be in this workshop, and really getting you to the other side of yourself, so you can access the power you need to lead your mission. The link to register is with the link in the bio. Okay. Um, hmm. One woman told me yesterday, I have a hard time trusting women. Okay. She has unfortunately, a poor relationship with her mother. Okay. This is a common experience. Okay. So this is one dynamic I'm sharing among many. With my limited time here, I have about 6 minutes left. Right. But the workshop is where we'll go deeper into a variety of blocks for us to get through. And also inside of the Dark Black Mother group, where we will have taboo private conversations. She's not, I've heard this many times. A lot of women don't trust women because of their relationship with their mother. Um, and so we hide behind men, or we're very alone. And even with men, we hide. And and I have a lot of compassion for that. I do. I mean, I remember I used to be scared of making more money than my mother, and I talked to her about it. I was concerned about my mom being jealous of me just because feelings I was having. And I had to have a whole conversation with her. One of the conversations didn't go very well. Um, and so I know what it's like to be becoming a woman in front of your mother, and having very difficult and what could feel like confrontational conversations. I've shared the story many times of Um, uh, when I was coming out as, sharing my experiences, ugly, dark experiences, and publishing them online years ago, my greatest fear is what is going to happen when my mother finds this. Okay. And she found it, and it was a huge, big confrontation where I was liberated because it was in that moment where I had to stand in who I was. So I share that to speak to when we have already a difficult relationship with the first woman in our life. And then here I am, a woman, a powerful woman who you can see is home for you. You can see it, you can feel it, that this is the place for you to be, to become the woman who you know that you are, to really come into your power. And yet you still struggle with leaning in because of your own strained relationship with your mother. I get it. And it's an opportunity for you to heal that relationship because it's not just me, it's the other women in the group who you will learn to trust. And let me add to that, you're not even trusting me. You're not even trusting the other women. You're trusting yourself. I put up on the Facebook page sometime last week that I got from another page, and it said something like, and you can go look at it on Facebook if you just scroll to last week. It said something like, I want to trust you, but I don't know how. And then the other person said, well, don't. Trust your own heart, listen to your own heart, and listen to what it tells you about me. Then make your move. See, this is the kind of trusting your original system that I'm talking about. They talked about it at a heart level, and yes, it can be at a heart level too. But you're really trusting you. Is your intuition sending you here? Is your knowing saying this is the place for me? What we're doing here is so pioneering. It can only take somebody who is me. It can only take somebody who is truly standing in the work that only they can do. There's a bunch of work that a lot of people can do. A lot of people can teach, a lot of people can heal, a lot of people can do transformational work. And there is a specific thing for you to do that only you can do. And I said this, the thing that only you can do, you must do. The thing that anybody can do, someone else must do. So it is such a big responsibility with yourself, never mind everybody else. It is such a dissolving of all the barriers that you have put up in yourself. And the barriers, I'm even finding this in myself, the barriers start to dissolve more when you really get hooked into your vision for real and you lay down with yourself, quiet with yourself. Welcome in, everybody. Quiet with yourself, and you realize what is in the way of you moving forward in your most powerful, fullest, potent, truest way. When you do that, you see that it's you in your own way. You see that it's you are the problem and you are the solution. And when you truly commit to your vision and you surrender within yourself, nobody else knows that you're doing this but you. You surrender inside yourself. You tell the truth inside yourself. Everything that was in the way before, I don't trust women, I'm scared of what will happen, etc., etc. Even if all those things are still there, you start to slowly let them melt and dissolve. And this is a part of inner alchemy. Okay. So, in closing, my offer to you is to come inside of the God Power Workshop. Now, again, this is for the original woman. Um, uh, I prefer women who are over 30. I do. I prefer women who are over 30. Why? Because of lived experience. Why? Because we go deep in here. Why? Because I've had experiences where women who are not of likeness were too much for them and they will abandon ship. It's too much. Okay. So age matters because of lived experience, and the original woman because that's who I am and that's who my heart and soul is here to serve. So my offer to you is that you sign up for the workshop today, right now. Watch the video on the registration page. Read the registration page. When you click subscribe, complete the questionnaire, because after you sign up, there's a questionnaire for you to complete. Be all in. This workshop is interactive. Be all in. This is not lightweight. This will change your life if you go all in. That's my time for today. I am here every weekday at 8 a.m. Pacific here on TikTok and Facebook. TikTok, if you'd like to see the replay, you can come on over here to Facebook to always see the replays every weekday. And it's on my business page at Naima Singletary #1. I look forward to being back here with you all tomorrow.